Hi y'all, as y'all probably saw from the title, I'm going to be ranking every single easy, medium, hard demon in beat bounce. It's not really the most innovative or the most creative concept ever, but I mean, no one has done it, so I can just take the opportunity. You can't tell me what not to do. A quick disclaimer though. If you get really upset at my opinions, please do not harass me or send death threats to me, and also do not harass the creators of the lower place levels. Nine circles. There is quite literally nothing else to say about this, except for the fact that it has such shit decoration, even for its time. Like, I'm genuinely shocked at how badly this has recreated Nine Circles, and the gameplay itself is really not interesting at all. Yeah, other than that, I have nothing else to say. It's basically a nothing burger, because there's nothing interesting about it, and nothing good about it too. Not even the actual fucking song. Imaginary technique. It's a nothing burger. I generally can't even... I can't explain anything. I mean, it's purple. What else? It has gameplay. Boring as fuck and not good at all. And decoration. Yeah, has decoration. What else? Okay, you know what? I'll just quit. It's just fucking terrible. Okay, so Modern Dimension has no reason to be rated. Not only is the decoration really fucking outdated, the gameplay's fucking annoying. I mean, it's kinda not boring, actually it is. But still, it's so fucking annoying. God. Congregation Old. It says it in the name. It's the old version of Congregation. The beat bounce version, of course. But the slopes might unironically be one of the worst gameplay designs I've ever fucking seen. The only reason why it's this high is because there are levels so bad that it just somehow is better than them. Like, how? And the last of the levels that caused me brain damage, at least in the easy demon category, we have the Distant Desert. While it is slightly overheated, that does not excuse how fucking garbage the gameplay is. Many people already say that it's a shit level, but many people say it's the worst level. Well, I don't disagree. I don't exactly agree, because as you saw, there are 4 other just more shit levels. Other than that, there's just like why this level does not need to exist at all. The balancing is so fucking God. Anyways, at least we're done with these levels. Up next is Manic Meadows. If you have seen my I beat the worst, and I mean the worst demon in B-Bounce. Yeah, it was more so because I had a black costume, one of the worst experiences. Looking back into the level, it's still shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's not the worst, but it's one of the worst. Like, you understand what I mean? More so because of the gameplay being absolutely monstrous. Like, how the fuck do you think of such shit gameplay? But at least it's a 1 out of 10. Up next is quite a forgotten one actually. Self-awareness is uninteresting. I don't know if there's a meaning behind the level, but when the gameplay is not good and it's not interesting, and the decoration itself is also not interesting, that doesn't really help your case. The level itself is not bad. I mean, yeah, it is bad, but more so on the boring side too. Other than that, I have nothing else to say about it really. It's kind of like imaginary technique, but better and also way more well executed. Trip is quite an interesting one actually, because it's one of the largest mega collabs ever hosted in Rebound. It's more so a Michigan memorial, but if you take that out of the way, it just becomes really uninteresting, with it having the same jump, like bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. Like, yeah, you get the point. It's basically just triple spikes over and over again. Up next is Sonic Wave. It's a 9 circles level. The gameplay is not interesting. The decoration is not interesting. Yeah, you get the point. Up next is the oldest Easy Demon actually, also known as Ocean Light. Honestly, I don't understand the theme here. Like, how is it an ocean? Seriously. Other than that, the decoration is actually really well made for its time. Like, how is it better than the Distant Desert? And that has an obvious theme. And also, it has much better gameplay than every single other level that we have seen so far. So, good job, Jay. And then comes Reanimate. I mean, sure, yeah, you couldn't make the actual good parts because there wasn't a move trigger back then. But even so, you could have easily fixed the bugs. Like, seriously, you can fucking play Jeopardy just from the fucking bugs in this level. Oh my god. How do you miss so many bugs? Up next is I See You. Okay, I'm just going to quit with the jokes. Anyways, this level has really damn good decoration. Don't get me wrong, like, it nails the atmosphere. But when it comes to the gameplay, of course it has to ruin it. My two dear friends think that this level is overhated. Well, me personally, yeah, it is somewhat overhated, but that doesn't mean that it's a good level. It's just that it has such not, like, I can't explain the gameplay without me over-exaggerating it. Like, it's just not good. And up next is the actual most forgotten Easy Demon. In fact, might be one of the most forgotten demons in general. This is Fatal Breath. Because it has nothing interesting in it. I mean, the atmosphere, it's a green level, and the gameplay is also not interesting. It's kind of like the exact same thing. It just feels the same way throughout the entire level. Nothing else to say really. And the last one, which I consider somewhat a bad level, is Frozen Landscape. The gameplay itself is actually somewhat decent. I'm kinda shocked to say this because I've only said it 2 times so far, in Ocean Light and this one. But this time, the decoration is somewhat, I mean, it's not even somewhat, it's just unpolished. I mean, seriously though, there's just random glow just floating. And worst of all, Z fighting is such a common problem in this level. Other than that, it has the best gameplay out of the entire somewhat bad levels category. Now that we've finished with the second category, now we're going into the decent levels. So for the first one in the decent category, we have Dream Space. Despite it being one of the oldest beat-bounce demons, it still somehow holds up personally. The gameplay is actually somewhat fun, and the Green Orb Swing Copter, I don't really know how to call it specifically, but that part, it was somehow really fun to learn, and the atmosphere and specifically the gameplay also are really well executed. The only problem is the gameplay is a little bit lacking, but the Green Orb part is surprisingly really fun. Up next is Problematic. Well, it is technically like the actual Problematic from Jump to Dash. It's basically mostly carried because of the gameplay. The actual design itself is really ugly. How the fuck did you make it so ugly? Okay, yeah, I understand, it's really old, blah blah blah. But seriously, Reanimation released before it, so it has no excuse really. Plus, it's not really creative on the gameplay, considering that it quite literally stole the entire thing from the actual Problematic. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about. And we've made it to the top 10. Starting with the top 10 with Title Circles. Despite it also being somewhat old, it released right after Problematic. Not by release date, by the actual difficulty. Anyways, it has actually somewhat fun gameplay too. Considering that it's a 9 circles level and also in beat bounce, it achieves having some really fun gameplay. My only problem is that it also kind of has like a little trap, just like Problematic, which is somewhat annoying. But other than that, it actually is somewhat fun, and maybe even sometimes not even somewhat, it's just a fun level actually. Up next is Pink Sky. Well, it does not have really any good gameplay. The design is at least like really good actually. It's not even at least, it's actually like really good. But the gameplay is what prevents it from actually being good. Next up is a level that I really didn't expect to make it to the top 8. Even top 10 really. And that level is Abandoned Laboratory. Considering the fact that it has a really unique theme, and the decoration, despite being somewhat simple, it still nails the actual execution. And also it having somewhat decent gameplay. It honestly deserves being so high up. Suffer mainly made it to 7th place, mostly due to the gameplay actually, not even the decoration itself. But that doesn't mean that the decoration is completely garbage. It's not. It's actually simply well executed, which it's very rare to see, specifically in beat bounce too. So congrats, Suffer. Oh my, Dimension Hopper is actually quite a controversial one. Many people say that it's boring, but me personally, I really enjoyed it. Well, the decoration is somewhat generic. What I mean by this is that it uses a lot of unnecessary glow. And also, it also has the same problem as Frozen Landscape, but this time it's mainly the floating glow part. Other than that, it's actually a really good level. Now that we have finally this for 2 hours now, we are at the top 5. Starting the top 5 with Pink Day is the one that obviously is going to start the top 5. It was a Valentine's submission during, Valentine, and it placed 3rd. And guess who verified it? Yeah. Okay, not to brag or anything. The decoration is obviously really creative. Like, it really fits Valentine's. But the gameplay? I mean, yeah, it's pretty decent. It's more so carried by the decoration. But other than that, I don't have a lot to say about it. And for the 4th place finisher, we have White Space. Honestly, in Geometry Dash, it's one of the most overrated levels. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I understand it's supposed to be a story level, but yeah, and the real Geometry Dash, it's very overrated. But in Beatbounds, since there aren't many very well decorated levels, it's going to place 4th. The gameplay, specifically during the 30% ball section, it kinda sucks. The rest is actually pretty decent, I can't even lie. And of course, the decoration carries it like always. Fun. 3rd place goes to Dark Rainbow. Despite it being really unoptimized, specifically at the UFO section, it's shockingly very fun. The gameplay isn't too boring, but it's also not too interesting, and it's another case where the decoration carries the level. Yeah, this is starting to get repetitive to say. Other than that, it executes the rainbow idea really well, and having some structures that I've rarely even seen rainbow levels. Usually rainbow levels either are really good or they are absolutely garbage, and this is one of the good cases. Now, 2nd place goes to, and it's going to be very controversial, it goes to Journey of Love. You might be wondering why is it 2nd and not 1st? First of all, the 1st place finisher not only has better gameplay, but it's also a lot more unique than Journey of Love. It might have the best decoration out of any level. That doesn't mean that it's the best, isn't even. As I said previously, the 1st place finisher not only has good decoration, but it also has good gameplay, which Journey of Love doesn't really necessarily have the best gameplay. And the best easy demon in Beatbounds is Eon after several months too. I mean, it's not shocking. It has a really unique atmosphere. The decoration is really good, and the gameplay is also really damn good. there's no, like, surprise to me that it came first. I mean, some people will say, oh, Journey of Love deserves to be first because it has the best decoration. No! You have to count gameplay too, which it doesn't have the greatest, as I told you before. But anyways, Eon definitely deserves to be first place in my opinion. And now we go into the medium demon section. It's going to be much less easier than the easy demon section. So yeah, let's get started. Where do I even begin with Welcome to War? It's genuinely a monstrosity and a half. It definitely does not deserve to be rated. Even if it's like a really old level, it doesn't deserve to be rated. The gameplay is absolutely horrible, and the decoration itself might unironically be some of the worst decoration I've ever fucking seen my entire life. Secondly, there is no theming. Like, I mean, oh yeah, it's a pink level, but well, what else is there to say? And worst of all, why JDR? Why did you need to make it so ridiculously long? There is quite literally no reason to make it so fucking long. And it's not like it has some decent gameplay. As I said before, it just has such god-awful gameplay. Oh hey, look! It's the challenge list level, guys! Look! And it's also as bad as those challenge list levels. From what you can see on your screen, the decoration is absolutely abysmal, to the point where even if it was a layout, it'd just be better. Second of all, the gameplay does not need to be so much harder in the first 30%. Like, why? I mean, yeah, it's a nightmare to just even play this thing. Other than that, I'm kind of shocked how this is somehow better than Welcome to War. It just somehow shows how bad Welcome to War is. So you're telling me that people somehow like this? I mean, if you like really repetitive gameplay, sure, it's the level for you. Other than that, shit deco, shit gameplay, you already know how it goes. I'm going to be completely honest with you. How did this get an enjoyment rating of 8 out of 10 and my 4th compilation video? Seriously, the level itself probably has one of the worst bowl sections and probably the entire game. Might be worse than Nightmare. Actually, no, it's basically on the same alley as Nightmare. The thing is that later on the gameplay gets a little bit more enjoyable, but not even by much. And basically the decoration is completely fucking filler. The entire Ditto series just fucking sucks, and my enjoyment rating was definitely forced. Oh wow, would you look at that? It's the blind level! Yeah, that's why did a massive effect. I mean, I know that it's someone just saw a level in the recent tavern. It was open verification and blah blah blah. But out of any level, did it really need to show that one? Like, seriously, Revelations has such shit gameplay. And it's blinded too. It might as well be a memory demon. In fact, it might as well be fucking invisible. It'd probably be the same fucking difficulty. Dimension Help is personally one of my favorite levels ever, actually. But the only reason why it's my favorite is because it has a lot of charm for no reason. Now, it's placed so low because neither the decoration nor the gameplay are actually good. And it kind of saddens me, because I love Diminishing Hope. Sure, it is a very, and I mean very uncommon opinion, but who gives a shit? It's my personal preferences. This is the only opinion that probably doesn't have bias. Module of Escape is completely forgotten. Like, completely. Nobody talks about it. Nobody has ever even talked about it. Why? Because basically the first 40% and the last 15% basically carry the entire level's difficulty. Yeah, sure, the decoration might be good. Might. Is it actually good? Yeah. Is the gameplay good? Fuck no. And basically it just makes a level that's based out of a snowy mountain that's fucking garbage. Like, it just has terrible gameplay. So, no. Not the Reborn version, the original one. And, it honestly has aged pretty well. The wave part actually is one of my favorite parts ever in Grounds, because it simply is really fucking fun. Every single other part is mediocre. And the gameplay, yeah, I already told you that it's just the gameplay is nothing special. Not even the decoration itself. Although the memory part, I mean, it works as a memory part, kinda. This is a rare example where the gameplay goes over design, but this time, crank it to 100. The design is absolutely garbage, while the gameplay, for me personally, it was really fun. Guess what though? I can't really rank it any higher because there are levels with better design, but also slightly worse gameplay, but still like decently good gameplay. Up next is Sharper V2. It's the level that I talked about before, where it had worser gameplay than Sweet Blossom, but it was decently good, but much better design than Sweet Blossom. Yeah, this is the exact one. Me personally, I found it pretty fun, but some people really despise it, most likely due to the somewhat repetitive gameplay of just straight flying. But it gets pretty fun if you can just get consistently far into the level. If you just can't get consistently far into the level, then yeah, I do see why it can become a problem. And the most recent medium demon, Freeze, is surprisingly really good, and an actual good remake too, which is very rare to see. In fact, we even rarely see remakes. So, good job, Blank Flash. Anyways, the decoration is an improvement from Frozen Landscape, but that doesn't mean that it's exactly the greatest. But the gameplay is actually really fun for no reason. Like, me personally, I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen many opinions about the level, but for me personally, I really enjoyed the level. Starting with Congregation New, just like the real Congregation, the gameplay absolutely fucking sucks so badly. The only reason why I made it so high up is due to the fact that it has replicated Congregation so well that I'm genuinely shocked at how this was even made. Like, Sliv, you might be recreating one of the worst extreme demons of the entire game, but who gives a shit when the decoration is so absolutely fabulous. Next up is Code Red, which is another Death Corridor level, just like Father
Eagle corridor. And this time it's much better than whatever the fuck that level was. It basically includes actual gameplay. It's actually pretty decently fun. And the decoration is also really well done. My only problem is the fact that the transitions kind of suck ass. And the 30% blue is really annoying. Other than that, the level doesn't even have that many flaws. And sorry for the loud noise, my mother is vacuuming. But Vaporwave came in first. And no, it's not because Vaporwave is my favorite music genre. It's more so because the gameplay is actually really fucking good. Like, unironically, it's so uniquely well done. Despite it being a rainbow level, it's somehow still, like, really damn fun. And now with that, we are in the hard demon category. It's definitely going to be less competitive than the other two categories, but considering hard demon is by far the worst demon difficulty, even in rebounds and in geometry dash, yeah, there's basically no competition. There's basically like one good level. And starting the list with Oxine, it's no surprise to end up in last place. It's by far one of the worst levels in beat rounds, competing with Nightmare and Welcome to War. The gameplay being extremely just janky and just not conventional. Just basically ruins the entire level. It's not like that type of jank. It's like the bad jank, where it's basically just unsaid readable gameplay and terrible gameplay mechanics. Other than that, it definitely did not deserve to just even get a rate. I understand that the decoration was ahead of its time, but the same excuse can be said for every single level that looked somewhat decent at that specific time period.
Next up is Mansion, and it's the exact same thing as Oxine, but this time it doesn't have any jank, actually a little bit of jank, but basically just completely horrible gameplay that is not fun to do whatsoever. Genuinely, this just did not need to exist. Frostful is basically the easier version of Flux Capacitor. That's all you need to know. Basically, shit decoration and shit gameplay. There's nothing else to say about this. It's just complete and utter garbage. And up next is Pink Loss. Who thought putting Straight Flay as the main difficulty of your level being a good idea? Straight Fly is unironically one of the worst main things you can put in your level. Like, it almost never turns out great, and it shows just from this level. The Straight Fly is done really badly, and honestly, it's just really unnecessary. The only reason why this was even revamped is because the old version was placed on the fucking list. So yeah, because of the demon list, we now have this piece of shit. Oh hey, look, it's that one level that I fixed from 38. Revisiting this, yeah, it absolutely fucking sucked. The only reason why I thought it'd be enjoyable is because I had fluked it. Other than that, it's Straight Fly. And wanna know what I said about the previous level? That the main problem was the Straight Fly? Yeah, the same thing applies for this shit. But at least it doesn't have shit timings. No, this isn't a paradise. The mini wave is goddamn annoying, and the wave gameplay is absolutely
just horrendous overall. The only good parts are the non-wave parts, which are enough to even save the damn level. It just somehow shows how garbage the wave is used in this level. Oh, this is a monstrosity and a half. The decoration looks so putrid. It's so ugly. And the gameplay itself, it's so badly balanced. I really, and I mean really, don't understand why this was really rated. The decoration is absolutely horrendous and by far one of the worst cyberspace level in terms of gameplay and in decoration. It's a complete and utter humiliation to Future Fun, which that by itself is not really a good level. Oxys is the purest example of just generic ass gameplay and decoration. I don't think that I was even mentally well when I said that it had an 8 out of 10 enjoyment. Like, no, it's just not good. It's a nothing burger. I don't know how to compliment this or negatively affect this. Hey y'all, do y'all remember Hardstyle? No? Yeah, no shit, nobody does. It's just 9 circles, but more edgy, more red, and somewhat underrated. That doesn't mean the gameplay is good. And yeah, it's 9 circles. Oh wow, Steampunk Savagery. I wonder why it made it to top 3, even though it's really fucking annoying. Probably because every single level that's Hard Demon fucking sucks ass. Oh, yeah, now you remember. No, this level is not good. Like, not good at all, actually. The gameplay is really annoying. The only somewhat saving grace is the average decoration, but even that it's still somehow better than Hardstyle. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I didn't expect a J level to get top 2 in the Hard Demon category, considering that some of his levels might be one of the worst thing I've ever fucking played. But this is a rare example of Jay being a good gameplay creator, and the decoration is actually really damn good. However, it's just it becomes sync to times. Like, what? Just choose a gameplay style for God's sake. And it's really annoying trying to get past the first 30% because it's absolutely horrendous. And unsurprisingly, Abyss is number 1 in the Hard Demon category. And so that makes it another Jax W. The thing is that it's a straight fight demon. But here's the thing, the outside gameplay is actually pretty good. It's pretty fun, I can't lie. But the name kinda doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, it's an abyss. Yeah. But is it like abyss, like limbo? Or is it like ocean abyss? Because it's blue, you know? Other than that, yeah. And now I'd like to personally thank y'all for watching. Probably not the entire video. If any of my opinions made you angry, I don't care. It's my opinion, not yours. And secondly, this shit took me 3 days because it just was like a really boring process to edit the entire wait, how long is this? The entire 40-minute video. Yeah, it wasn't fun. Anyways, see ya.